Welcome back to the video. Today we've been talking about the Cincinnati Bengals' slow start to the 2023 NFL season. Now, we're just going to jump right into it. The Bengals started 0-2 last year, and I want to kind of say this at the beginning of the video before I get into anything, that the season is very long. It's been 2 weeks. The Bengals started 0-2 last year. It turned out just fine. So just kind of keep that in mind. But that doesn't negate the issues going on with this team right now that should not be performing the way they are performing. So let's start the stats for right now, and then I'm going to move on to like a Joe Burrow kind of passing thing here. But just as far as stats go, funny enough, Joe Mixon's actually playing pretty good football, and he's the best player on that offense as of right now. Burrow is 304 yards with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception as of right now. And it's not bad, but for Joe Burrow's level, it should be higher than that. At least touchdowns. It's not like he's giving the ball away a whole lot, but the issue is he's not really doing anything. He's not really throwing the ball down the field, and I have no idea why. You go to rushing, and again, Joe Mixon, honestly pretty good. 4 yards a carry. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on him. I don't think he's the issue here, at least as of right now. I think when he's given the ball, he's making the most of it. He's doing pretty well. Receiving-wise, though, is a little baffling to me. I'm going to zoom in for you guys, just so you can see this. So T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Higgins has 89 yards with 2 touchdowns. Chase has 70 yards, no touchdowns through 2 weeks. And it just is crazy to me that neither one have had an 100-yard game. Not even just, total in one game. When you are that good with Higgins and Jamar Chase, they're both that good. It just is crazy to me neither have got a 100-yard game. You want to say, okay, week 1, the weather was horrible and, they started slow last year. I get that. That's valid. This was at home versus Baltimore. No Marlon Humphrey. There's no reason why either one of these guys shouldn't have over 100 yards. And even if you don't want to look at it stat wise, okay, who cares as long as they get the win? They didn't get the win first off. But let's go to Joe Burrow's passing chart here. So basically, it's pretty kind of easy to read here. Green is complete, red is interception, blue is touchdown, line of scrimmage right there, and then obviously incomplete. So looking at it, I don't know what stands out to you guys, but what stands out to me is there were 12 passes thrown either behind the line of scrimmage or at the line of scrimmage. So one that was incomplete, the rest were complete. I'm not sure how many yards each went for, but I honestly don't think it matters. You have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd and Joe Mixon on your offense. Maybe Jamar Chase is a receiver. He can get some screens. He's more of a playmaker. Higgins shouldn't be catching any screen passes. Tyler Boyd really shouldn't be getting any either. Mixon is fine. So let's say Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon are valid players to receive screen passes. 12 behind the line of scrimmage in a game. That's 6 per player. That is way too much, and that's not even the split. I'm just saying as an example. That's not even the split. So there's no reason all of these should be thrown where they're being thrown. The interception, honestly, I think Burrow had Jamar Chase on the left side of the field at that point, but Higgins was there. I think he threw it too late, which resulted in the interception. But look at downfield. There's no passes being thrown. I mean, he threw it over 30 yards once, near 30 another time, then a couple of times on the sideline for 20. But I mean, it's not the Bengals offense. I'm not sure what's going on. And what really is another issue is Burrow's calf. It was said, he'll be back in time for week 1, which he was. But whether that's fully healthy or not, I don't know. At one point, Jamar Chase even said he could sit out for week 5, which sounded crazy. But maybe that wasn't crazy. Maybe Jamar Chase is just honestly more cautious when it comes to injuries and knew it wasn't worth it to rush back. Jamar Chase actually said last year when he hurt his hip, he sat out for a week longer than he needed to make sure he was fully healthy. Smart way to play, especially when you take as many hits as these guys do. Joe Burrow came back, and now he just re-aggravated at the end of this Ravens game. And here's the other thing, too. We're going to go to their schedule real quick. To look at this, you start out 0-2 with the Browns and the Ravens. When I did my prediction for the Bengals season, I said that, I can't remember what game was what. I think I said they beat the Browns, but wouldn't be surprised if they lost. I can't really remember. But regardless, I said it was very possible that they could start 6-0. Not that they would, but all those games are winnable. And now you're down 0-2, your quarterback's banged up again, and it's not like, these games that look so winnable are now kind of are they going to beat the Titans? I mean, they probably won't beat the Seahawks at this rate. Did they beat the Rams? And I don't want to overreact or anything like that, but it is necessary to think this way because it's not really inherently any player's fault. It's really more so the play calling, because if this doesn't change, you're not going to beat these teams. You can't throw 12 passes behind the line of scrimmage to get 3 yards when you're just wasting T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And then the other issue is, like I said, Joe Burrow's health, because if things don't get figured out as far as his health goes after the bye week, it's going to be rough. I mean, you cannot play the way you're playing going into the bye week, come out, and then play the 49ers. You're going to get punched in the mouth. It's going to be a bad, bad game. These next 4 games the Bengals have need to be a figuring out / helping Joe Burrow period. You need to either arrest him or whatever, because after the bye week, you have the 49ers, you have the Bills, you have the Ravens again, you have the Steelers, you have the Jaguars. Like, good teams. Chiefs toward the end of the year. Like, you have to have your players healthy first off. So that's a major concern, is Burrow's calf. I don't know anything about it. Burrow said he tweaked it again and he's going to take it day by day. That's all we know. And, I don't see that being 100% after a week. So, I'm not sure what to expect next Monday night. But the major thing to me is the play calling. Why there's that many screen passes and dump offs behind the line of scrimmage, I don't know. Part of that has to be on Joe Burrow, because not all of those were screen passes, I wouldn't think. Hey guys, also, I didn't outright say this in the video, but I'm sure that the play calling also has to do with helping Joe Burrow because of his calves, that he does check the ball down faster rather than take hits and all. And I'm sure that also plays into why Burrow's been getting the ball out quicker and kind of forcing the check downs more than like looking downfield. So I just wanted to say that just so we're kind of on the same page there. I'm sure it has to do with that, but still, it goes back to Burrow's health, which is a major concern for the Bengals right now. Some of them just him settling down there, and maybe it's not used to him. Maybe it's him not being used to have so much time to pass the ball. But regardless of what it is, it needs to be figured out. It needs to be figured out quick. You're down in 4th place in one of the toughest divisions in football, and you got the Ravens. They're playing pretty well. They're playing pretty good football right now. The Browns and Steelers play tonight. This is a big game for the Bengals. You really need to root for the Steelers to win this game, because if the Browns win, they're up 2-0. It's a bigger lead. You want the Steelers to win this game if you're a Bengals fan, so that the Browns are 1-1, the Steelers are 1-1, and that way you're not as far down, because if the Browns are 2-0 with the Ravens, it's just more annoying there. So that's how I see it. And this schedule now looks a lot scarier than it did going into this year. And it's weird, because I swear a year ago, the Bengals play clung like this as well, and they got it figured out. So I'm not sure if they just do that for fun, like, hey, maybe this year 12 screen passes will work. I don't know what it is, but it needs to get figured out. I don't know, like, what the plan is, because those are 2 divisional games you just lost. Like, if it comes down to, playoff implications, it's going to come down to tiebreaker, which then goes down to divisional record. So that is not good, already having 2 losses in your division. No questions asked, the Bengals have to beat both those teams again. You cannot afford to get swept. And here's the thing again. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the Bengals started out 0-2 last year, and they ended up being just fine. The only difference this year, and also last year, was, again, I feel like more so just bad play calling. They got it figured out. The issue this year, though, is Burrow's calf injury on top of that, because now, I mean, if he's banged up for, I don't even know how long, it might be a long season of some very back and forth weeks, and you have to squeak in the playoffs, and then Burrow still is 100%. If I'm the Bengals, I am resting Burrow maybe even through the bye week, honestly. And if you lose the next 4 games and start out 0-6, then so be it. But, like, you can't have him out there getting hurt even more, because you didn't get anything from it. You played him maybe not at 100%, but either way, he played, and you're 0-2. You didn't gain anything from it. You only lost, and he's banged up. I would rather them lose and have your starting quarterback heal, so that way after the bye week, he's fully healthy, the team's ready to go. I mean, it's a long season. It really is. So a lot of things will happen and change over the course of this season, and I'm interested to see how this video is going to age. I'm not calling out the Bengals and saying their season is over by any means, but they have things they have to get figured out, and they need to get figured out quickly, because the Ravens game was quite winnable. It really was. The Ravens played good football, but the Bengals came back. That was a winnable game if you didn't dig yourself in a hole, because the defense played okay. Lamar Jackson honestly just played really well. I wouldn't put that more on the defense. I put it more on Lamar Jackson just being that good. So there are some issues for the Bengals for sure. It's not season over or anything, but this cannot be an every week thing if you're going to win some games, because, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 passes all at the line of scrimmage. And then even more within just like that 5 yard range. I mean, it's fine. It's fine if you throw it within like that 5 yard range, but you're not doing anything more than that. You have to be pushing the ball downfield more, especially when you have these deep targets like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. Any Bengals fans in the comments, let me know your guys' thoughts, because I'm sure you guys have a lot of things going on in your head. My advice, though, would just be to not overreact. Again, it's a very long season, but I just feel like I need to get this video out because I do, NFL videos on this kind of stuff, and I feel like the issue the Bengals are dealing with is something that does need to be spoken on, because if Burrow's going to be banged up and the play calling has to improve, and I don't see you winning any games with Jake Browning in there instead of Joe Burrow, because, I mean, I guess maybe the Cardinals. Other than that, I don't see it up until the bye week. So, it needs to get figured out. It needs to get figured out quick. Bengals play calling, major issue. Burrow's health, major issue. Needs to be figured out quick. But yeah, that's going to do it for the video. I know this might have been a bit of a shorter one, but I just want to get this video out. I'll probably do this like once a week, maybe even every Monday, of just talking about a different team each week and kind of the latest for their performance. The one I almost did on, a team I almost did one on for today was the Bears, because the Bears, I'm sure you guys know, the Bears are in some trouble right now. But I want to talk about the Bengals because I feel like this is a team that has played a lot differently than people thought. So I want to get that out there. But thank you guys for watching. I do really appreciate it. That's going to do it for the video. Again, let me know your guys' thoughts down below. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe for more NFL content. I do NFL and Madden videos. I'm going to start doing more videos like this every Monday. I do week picks, week recaps, Madden videos, gameplays, pack openings, no money spent series, all that kind of stuff. There's always football on the content, or always football videos on the channel, one way or another. I'm also 3 subscribers away from 500, so thank you guys for all that. I do really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.